very little introduction, and it's quite humbling to be in the presence of Linda Sarsour is here.
I'm so overwhelmed today. My name is Linda Sarsour. I'm a Muslim American and New York City activist, and I was recently one of the national co-chairs for the Women's March on Washington. And I'm so humbled by your courage to stand here today. You are the hope that I'm looking for. You are the hope that we need in our country. Sisters and brothers, these schools are our schools. They are paid for by our taxpayer dollars. These are our children that we send to these schools, and we expect that they feel safe, that they feel respected, and that their dignity be upheld. These young people, this faculty here is not asking for any favors. They are asking for what they already deserve in these public schools. I'm calling on Mayor de Blasio, and I will contact him personally on behalf of these young people, and Chancellor Carmen Farina, to listen to the concerns of these young people who are engaging in free speech and democracy, who are not only standing up for their rights, but for the rights of all New York City public students. You inspire other New York City public students to stand up and not only demand to be treated with dignity and respect, but to have the leadership in those places, principals of schools. It is their obligation to work for the betterment of the students that go to those schools. They are not there just to hold leadership posts. So I want to tell the students at Townsend that you have support all over the city. If we have to take it to the streets, if we have to bring thousands of people out here, and we will give a deadline to this mayor that he needs to act, and act immediately, because you deserve this. You are worthy. This comes at a time where we are living in a disturbing political environment, where we have a man sitting in the White House that is discouraging free speech, that is attacking the media, that is taking and rolling back the rights of young people, of seniors, of people of color. It sounds to me like you got a mini Trump acting as your interim principal at Paris High School. So we say today no, and enough is enough, and that we will stand with you, and that I'm so proud of your courage, and I want you to keep keeping your voice loud, because we need you now more than ever, not just for the students at your school, but for all young people across this country. I love you. Thank you for being my inspiration and my motivation, and you can count on my support every day, any day. Thank you so much.
We also have two students in the crowd today who are about to speak. I'd like to introduce the first one. This is Sangida. She is the co-president of the Muslim Students Association. I'll put this for you.
Good morning. It's really nice to see all of you here, and it really means a lot to us students who've been working so hard to do something about what's been going on. As you've heard from the Classic's amazing coverage of what's been happening at the MSA Bake Sale, so I don't want to really retell the narrative that happened there, but I want to tell you why it's important and what happened afterwards. So 11/8, so November 8th, was a really important day for all of us. It was an election day, and the day after, for some of you, it was over. It was over, and it was time to get back to your normal lives. But for many of us that are visibly Muslim, that are visibly Sikh, that are visibly different in any way whatsoever, it was not over for us. It was just the beginning. And I know I sound paranoid and I sound over-dramatic, but that's exactly what happened. Hate crimes and hateful encounters that used to happen on a daily basis were now escalating. And we weren't just hearing them from a train of narratives from like friends, sisters, friends, brother. We were hearing them from our friends ourselves. We were getting texts and calls and tearful messages about what they were facing out on the streets. And it was a really terrifying time. It was a really terrifying time to leave your house. It was a terrifying time to go to school. But I knew that when I walked into Townsend Harris, just as I've been doing for the last 4 years, I had nothing to fear. I was going to walk in, and there was nobody there that was ever going to question my Americanness. But I was wrong, and it turned out that the election climate also seeped into our school. And following 2 different incidents, we met with Principal Jahoda to discuss how we can move forward as a school and how we can reconcile our differences and spread a message of hope. And so, you know, you're meeting my principal, so I'm pretty excited. You know, it's the leader who I should look up to. It's the leader who's going to help us, who's going to spread positivity in our school. So I walked into that room with my co-president, Sangida, excited, you know, inspired, ready to move forward. But I should have known the minute that I looked at her that things weren't really going to go down the way I wanted them to go down. she had no smile on her face, first of all. That was the first thing that struck me, is that she wasn't smiling. There were two other faculty involved in the encounter, and they greeted us with smiles and comforting reassurances, but she had no smile. And then we sat down and she went over the incident that had occurred, which was normal procedure, and we were like, all right, so we'll tell you what happened, just like we've been doing for everyone else that's asking. And the questions soon turned from objective questions to interrogative questions. So where were you? So no one else heard about it. Only two of you heard about it. Which way was your body facing? I don't think it matters if my body was facing the cupcakes or the cookies. The thing is, it happened and you need to move forward and we need to do something about that. And her interrogative questions ended, and then she asked us, what can I do for you? We're like, all right, this is our moment. We're going to tell you what you can do for us. We're going to work together. So we told her, it's time for us to send some kind of message out loud to the school. And she said, I'm sorry, but I can't send a mass email, just like that. Like, all right, so maybe you can't send a mass email, but there's something else you could do. Maybe you could do a morning announcement. Maybe you could do a school rally, or maybe you could hold us an assembly like our other schools and friends have been doing. She said, I'm sorry, I can't send out any public public message. We are a very high-profile school and we have an image to keep up. All right, so, and then she said, what did she say? We're very high-profile schools. And then she said, if I were to send out any kind of message, then it would mean something is actually an issue here. I guess discrimination was not an issue for her that day. And for all of us students who were really upset and terrified to go to school, and we were really terrified now that it actually happened in our school, we wanted a message from her, we wanted something from her, but her silence spoke very, very loud for us. Just like that event and all these other events that the classic's been covering over the last few months, she truly does not care of our student body. She did not do anything to show us that she could have sent a message to the student body. And later on, when we confronted her about it, months later at a school assembly, she did say that she made a mistake. But we are students that are coming here afraid and trying to learn. We're not here to see your mistakes. You're put in a position where you have to uphold your character. So I'm really glad that you all came out today, and I hope she leaves our school as soon as possible so that we can heal and our MSA can heal.